Hi, it's the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2016 mid-month readings. I am still using the Gilded Tarot deck, and even though we're focusing more on the last half of the month than the month in its entirety, I will still be using the same 8-card spread with an additional ninth card as your crowning card, representing your overall energy and feeling over the reading. These are general readings. So they're not going to apply or resonate the same with everyone who watches. Of course, they're not, because there's so many of you watching, and you're all coming from such diverse backgrounds and stories, and you all have so many different things going on in your lives. So make sure to check your rising and your moon sign as well. I actually have found a trend with myself that a lot of the time, not all of the time, but a lot of the time, my primary sun sign hits the mark for me more on areas of my business and career, public life, and my rising sign tends to resonate a little more predictively for me in matters of my personal relationships, and my moon sign more clarification and guidance in the spiritual area of my life and my innermost feelings and fears. So I have found that to be the case with myself a lot of the time, although not always. And also, some readers that you follow regularly may not resonate for you some months as well as perhaps new ones or ones that you don't normally follow. There's a variety of good tarot readers on YouTube, so do your research, shop around, and find the ones that you feel you resonate with the best. It's really just about getting all the information that you need at the end of the day to get as clear and definitive and whole a picture of the time ahead as possible. And for those of you who include me in the group of readers that you follow, my gratitude and appreciation. Thank you so much for all your love and support and feedback. And the comments too, you guys are so great at writing feedback, and I appreciate it so much. I particularly love to read the comments on how the readings resonate so predictably for you in your lives. So thank you very much for that, and keep those coming. I read every single one of them, even though, of course, I don't have time to respond to each and every one of them, but I do read them. So don't stop. And a special thank you always to those of you who keep me so busy with personal one-on-one readings. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you so much for the trust and the momentary place in your life to interpret and intuit the cards for you. And thank you to those of you who are my regular clients who keep me updated on how the readings play out for you in your lives. It is always validating and faith inspiring to know that the divine energies which guide the cards are never ever wrong. So thank you so much for those of you for whom I read on a regular basis, or even those one-time clients who give me feedback. Thank you for continuing to deepen my appreciation of the reasons that I do this. And if any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, you can click on the About sign on my channel's homepage, and that'll give you a little more detail and information about myself, the services I offer, and my contact information. And you can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I do readings full-time, so I'm pretty good at getting back with you quite quickly and scheduling a reading for you in as timely a fashion as possible. I'm always asked about turnaround time, and currently it's anywhere between 1 and 4 or 5 days, but almost always within a week. So send me an email. I would be delighted to work with you. I love doing personal one-on-one readings, and that is where my talent truly lies. So send me an email, and we'll work together. So let's get right into this reading. This is for Capricorn for June 2016, mid-month. My grounded, rooted, lovely earth sign of Capricorn. What does the beautiful month of June, the remainder of the beautiful month of June, hold for you? Capricorn, June 2016, mid-month. Capricorn, June 2016, mid-month. You've noticed my background has changed once again. I often succumb to the periodic desire I have to fulfill my gypsy half and go adventuring to fill my wanderlust. I think, family, I have brought you readings from just about all 4 corners of the world. So Capricorn, let's see what's in store for you for the remainder of June 2016. Okay, we begin with the Ace of Cups. What a lovely beginning. Paired with the Queen of Cups. The Tower in reverse, paired with the Nine of Swords in reverse. What a powerful combination in reverse, and one I really like to see. Looks like healing relationships, new love perhaps. After that, we have the Page of Wands, paired with the Ten of Wands, the Two of Wands, paired with the Fool, my favorite card. And from the bottom of the deck, your overall general theme, energy, and feeling over the reading is the Lovers. It looks like love is a strong theme for you, Capricorn. Let's just take a quick look and see what comes through. I do not like these headphones, but for you, family, so you can hear me better, anything. Okay, let's begin. Beautiful reading, Capricorn. So we find ourselves around the middle of June 2016, time being fluid, of course, with the Eight of Cups, beautiful card, paired with the Queen of Cups, beautiful person. So a lot of you are going to be looking at new love for the remainder of June. Either somebody is coming into your life, someone has just come into your life. It's new love for you. It could be new beginnings in a currently established relationship. For the rest of you for whom this wouldn't be a relationship energy of any kind, it's new emotional beginnings, but very happy, cup overflowing kind of feeling. Ace of Cups. Now, Cups is governed by the element of water, and so Cups is a suit that's about the watery world of our emotions and feelings. It's a suit that can also represent love and our relationships, all different kind of relationships, how we relate to people in the world around us. Aces represent ones, they represent new beginnings, a new path, they represent seed, potential, promise. But now remember that seeds won't develop into anything if they just remain seeds. Seeds need to be planted, they need to be watered and fertilized and nurtured so that they can grow to the full and beautiful manifestation of what they're meant to be, which is contained in those little tiny seeds. Otherwise, they just fizzle out in a new love that doesn't go anywhere, or a burst of energy or enthusiasm or idea about something. Aces represent the potential of something, like an initial gift, which has the promise and potential to grow and be built into something quite beautiful, which is what the Ace of Cups represents. But this is in the realm of your emotions. It can be love and relationships. So some of you, this is new beginnings in love, new beginnings in some kind of emotional fulfillment. This can resonate also in areas of spirituality. It can also, you can apply these same energies if they do apply, because of course it's going to play out differently depending on who's watching. In business, career, and jobs as well. A new job, a new career path, just starting out in something. June is a traditional month of graduation for a lot of people. So some of you, this can represent the beginning of a beautiful, bright new vista. I love that your very first card represents new beginnings, and your very last card represents brand new beginnings as well. So, way to rock it this month, Capricorn. New love, new beginnings in a currently existing relationship, new emotional beginnings, somebody new coming into your sphere, or somebody who's just come into it. It looks like you're feeling very happy, very abundant. And for those of you for whom this is a brand new relationship, or the resurgence of love, a new beginning somehow in an already established relationship, it has a lot of potential in it. It's like it's a beautiful new gift, but because it's an ace and a seed, it contains within that seed the potential to develop and grow into something really beautiful and sustainable. Now, the Ace of Cups is paired with the Queen of Cups. So, this can represent, I think for a lot of you, it's going to represent the person with whom you're feeling this beautiful new love or this new emotional beginning with. Some of you, this could just be a partner you're going into something with. It doesn't necessarily have to be love and romance, it can be a close best friend, a family member, a close business partner. But because it's paired with that Ace of Cups, there is a deep emotional connectiveness and a strong sense of happiness. For others of you, this is going to resonate as another person that you're feeling these emotions with and about. And it could be a water sign because cups is governed by water. Sun, moon, or rising, their sign could be a sun, moon, or rising water sign, which is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. So keep your eye out for that. Now, who is the Queen of Cups? She is, as a person, queens and kings have reached the mastery of their suit. They've walked a fair road of life already, and we start out as pages, knights, queens, kings. We're continuously, ideally, hopefully, evolving. This queen is at the top of the suit of cups. She is, so it's all about emotion. She's very emotional, although not in an unhealthy or immature way because she's a queen. She's in tune, in touch with her emotions. She's able to access them and tap them, but not be controlled by them or swayed by them. She's very emotionally grounded, rooted, and stable. She's very loving, very nurturing, always knows the right thing to say, wonderful source of emotional support and feedback. The Queen of Cups, I used to pull her regularly from my mother, who was the most wonderful mother. She, the Queen of Cups would be the ideal wife, the ideal mother, great best friend. This can represent for some of you for whom this is not love and romance. This can represent a woman, perhaps a slightly older, more mature, reflective individual, though it doesn't necessarily have to be chronological age. This could represent a young person who's very evolved, very mature. Um, could be an aunt, a big sister. Um, but I think for a lot of you, the strongest energy I'm getting is in love and romance. New beginnings with this person. This could be somebody who recently came into your life, who is just coming into your life, although I feel more recently. For some of you, this is going to represent a healing or a new emotional beginning, resurgence of a feeling of love in a currently established relationship. And there's something about this beautiful relationship, this new beginning or partnership that is helping you, strongly helping you overcome a lot of pain and hurt from the past. Perhaps pain and hurt from broken relationships in the past. For some of you, this is going to be a relationship that was very challenging, was very rocky. Perhaps you went through some counseling or some therapy. You've come back together. It's going to represent a new beginning for the two of you in a previously broken relationship, the making whole that which was broken, or a new beginning in a relationship which really had um, a hard time. I'm getting remarriage again. I think maybe for some of you, wow, that's interesting. I think that there's maybe a handful of you who were married to somebody or had that kind of committed relationship with somebody. You broke up or got divorced and you're actually coming back together again. That's kind of interesting. Good for you. Anyway, new beginnings, it's beautiful, but it's helping you overcome, I believe, some really difficult energies from the past because we have next to that the Tower in reverse with the Nine of Swords in reverse. I really like to see both of these cards in reverse because in the upright, they're very challenging. The Tower card is a major arcana card. In the upright position, it represents, as major arcana, significant, profound energies, those fingers of the divine, as I like to call them. The Tower would represent energies of the divine, something happening unexpected, out of your control, coming in to remove something from your life, completely annihilate it, something that you have been unable or unwilling to remove by yourself. It could be a situation, a person, a relationship, unexpected, out of the blue. You can see on this card, this man. His home has been destroyed. And basically, it could be an actual home, but it represents something in his life that he thought was stable, secure, foundational. It's built out of bricks. This bolt of lightning has hit it right out of the blue unexpectedly, and that which he thought was stable is destroyed. And he is falling out of one of the windows completely naked, which implies a strong degree of vulnerability and unexpectedness. And the Tower card can sometimes mean an unexpected change in your life, a really profound change in your life. Sometimes it can be something really good. It's often viewed as negative or something, a card we don't look forward to, because it is often associated with removal of something in our life, a situation or a relationship that we were holding on to that we thought was stable. And because the energies of the divine come in and remove it, it usually happens quite quickly in an unexpected way. And at the time, it's often viewed as difficult or negative, painful, challenging. But it needs to go because it's absolutely not part of our karmic path. And it needs to be removed so that something else can be built in its place that is real and is foundational and beautiful and solid that we can rely on. Sometimes it represents a situation or relationship being removed from our life in an unexpected way because we had the opportunities to do it and we didn't. So, because it's not meant to be there or what purpose it had is served, the universe often comes in rather swiftly and takes care of it for us so that something real can be built in its place and beautiful. So, enough of that in the upright. You got it in the reverse. So, whatever this new love or these new beginnings in love or just these new emotional beginnings, period, although for a lot of you it's relationships because your crowning card's also the lovers. It is helping you to overcome and to finally heal um, that which was broken in the past. This is a relationship that's going to heal and bring together pain that you had from the past, perhaps a broken relationship or a painful experience with relationships you had in the past, perhaps with somebody who uh, took advantage of you or was deceitful with you. However it plays out, I feel like in the upright position, the reason you got it in the reverse is because this happened to you, Capricorn, in the past somewhere. You had to go through the energies of this card in the upright, but this new path, this new beginning, this new relationship is helping you overcome that. It's a healing relationship. There's an element to this relationship or this new beginning that's going to be very healing. And that's going to be part of rebuilding a part of your life. I think for a lot of you in love and relationships with something that is true, that is something you can depend on, that's reliable and beautiful and sustainable and solid. This new relationship, new beginning is all about building beautiful new foundations which were destroyed in the past and healing from past pain and past hurts and past anxieties and worries and stressors too, because that tower in reverse is also paired with a nine of swords in reverse, which I love to see in the reverse. In the upright position, it represents an extreme amount of mental stress, anxiety, worry, which is, you can see it's what this card represents. I won't spend a lot of time in the upright, but you can see it's late at night. She can't sleep. She's totally consumed with the source of her anxiety, worry, pain, etc. Uh, but it can be a mental, a kind of an illusionary card because it's the suit of swords, and swords is governed by the element of air, and so the suit of swords is all about that airy world of our thoughts, our ideas, words, mental outlooks, perspectives, belief systems, how we look at things. It's all about what goes on up here in our brain. And sometimes that nine of swords can be a bit illusionary because it can represent having things being so built up so negatively and so stressed out in our head when our actual outer environment, it's not really that bad. So again, whatever this new beginning relationship, a healed relationship, a relationship that's coming back together again and healing, it's healing all of this stuff. It's overcoming all of this stuff. It's finally being able to let this go and go, yeah, that was just, it's just, my life is not like that anymore. And the remainder of June 2016, Capricorn, and moving forward, because this feels like a far reaching sort of new beginning. Um, it's all about letting all of that stuff go, letting it be where it is, and moving forward and how to move forward. And it feels like you're really champing at the bit to take this beautiful new path, this beautiful new beginning, this beautiful new relationship or healed relationship and run with it as fast as you can. Uh, okay, let's go. Because right next to that, we have the Page of Wands. I'm almost getting this eager puppy feeling off of this Page of Wands, paired with the Ten of Wands. So the Page of Wands. Wands is governed by the element of fire and air. So the suit of Wands is a very dynamic suit. It's all about change, movement, action, power, forward momentum. It can point towards career, creative or artistic projects or endeavors. The suit of Wands is about manifesting energy, action-oriented manifesting energy. It's about taking our dreams and our ideas and our desires for something. Wands is about the energy we put into it to begin to make it reality, to manifest it into reality. So it's a very dynamic suit. So pages can represent messages or messengers. They can represent young people or actual children in your life. They have an apprenticeship, student-ish kind of energy about them, starting on a new path, and you've got plenty of new beginnings this month, Capricorn. Um, they are the youngest and least mature energies in the tarot deck in terms of people, of the court cards in the tarot. Pages are the ones that they represent ideas too. Pages kind of birth the ideas. They come up with the ideas, they conceive them, and then the knights take them and they begin to put that charging knight energy and action into manifesting them. And then the queens, who are the growers, the nurturers, the more, spiritual ones, take it and kind of help it grow and nurture and develop. And the kings kind of put those final refining touches on it. And okay, slot A is fitting perfectly into slot B kind of thing. So it's a progression and elevation of us as human beings. Pages are the youngest and least mature energies. And the Page of Wands, because Wands is that fire and air, the Page of Wands would be this as energy. It's a very young, enthusiastic, eager sort of. I almost get this picture in my mind's eye of a puppy on a leash, and they're just kind of lunging, lunging. Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is kind of what I'm feeling off of this card. It's about new beginnings, new paths. I feel like for a lot of you, I mean, this card, can represent a lot of different ways. And of course it's going to, because there's so many people watching this. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's about taking this new beginning. For some of you, this is a second chance at a relationship. You're taking it and you feel very eager. You want to move with it very quickly, push it forward very quickly. That's the energy I'm getting off of this. Eager, enthusiastic, inspiring, or you're getting messages about it. There's communication or getting messages about, okay, now we're going to it's just about moving with it very quickly. And it represents this new beginning. Of course, in order to have a new beginning, something has to die, something has to end for that. And I feel like it kind of did with the Tower and the Nine of Swords previously in the upright position. You had to go through that. You had to endure it. There were lessons that you had to learn from it, which is why that energy was put into your life or came about in your life. And now you want to take this and move forward quickly. And you're wrapping up something the remainder of the month of June 2016, Capricorn. I feel like everything's kind of almost happening at the same time. It's like the end of this old thing, this challenge, this struggle, this pain is coming to an end. That cycle is ending, and you have this new beginning, this new opportunity, this second chance, some of you. And it feels like you're so eager about it. You just want to take it and move forward quickly. But you're still wrapping up the final little bits of that, because that Page of Wands is paired and tempered with this Ten of Wands, which is the energy saying, okay, hang on just a second. Hang on just a second, Page. We're just finishing up the last little bits of this. Because tens, this is a 10 of wands, and tens represent in numerology the end of a cycle, something culminating, the coming full circle of something. It's the end. It's the end of what? Some, again, burden, challenge, lesson you've been learning. You can see this man is carrying these 10 wands on his back, and it's a heavy load. It's so heavy that he can't even stand up straight. He's completely bowed over by the weight of these wands. But he's been doing it successfully. He hasn't dropped any of them, or if he has, he's been able to pick them back up and keep going. So again, for some of you, it represents having had to deal with a relationship or a divorce, something painful, challenging. It could also represent another situation in your life. It doesn't have to be love and relationship or just relationship oriented, just something you put in such a long, hard body of work into. It's coming to an end. You're almost done. You've been doing it successfully. You're basically at the very end. You can see his head up and his head's up and he's looking at his destination, which is pretty much right here, that place where he can finally lay these wands down, stand up and take a deep breath, and move forward into this bright new future. And paired with this Page of Wands, I'm laughing because it feels kind of cute almost. This Page of Wands, Capricorn, especially for you because you're an earth sign and you're typically very patient and rooted and reliable, but earth signs in love can really be, it's like caution goes out the window and your normal earthly rooted traits are like, let's go, let's go. I'm kind of getting this feeling, that you're kind of, it's endings this month and beginnings, and they're almost kind of intertwined. So just hang on, you're just wrapping up the last little bits of it, whatever this new beginning represents for you. You're on the path. It's just about the endings too. I think for some of you it's tying up a few loose ends with an old thing. I don't know what, but just that energy. So but you're at the finish, so you're just about there, Capricorn. So at or towards the end of June 2016, it's like you pretty much tie up the old stuff and start the new stuff almost in conjunction with each other, and it's about which path do I choose. We have the Two of Wands paired with the Fool card. So the Two of Wands is a card of choosing a path, but a path of expansion and growth. It's a card about looking ahead towards your future, and it's about having reached a crossroads. The implication of this card being that the path that this man has walked up until here has been pretty successful. Again, like that Ten of Wands, you're doing it successfully. But now you've come to a crossroads. Okay, you want to keep moving forward. Don't get stuck in this crossroads energy. Um, it's all about which path do I choose? And the key is to choose the path that provides the most potential for growth and expansion, that's going to continue to broaden your horizons, whether it's a relationship or some other situation. It's about choosing the path which is going to be the most beneficial for you in your situation in this relationship. And at the end of the day, no matter what advice you're given, it's about going within, trusting in your own instinct and your own intuition to lead you on whatever path is going to be best for you, because it needs to be the path that leads to its new beginnings. It's brand new beginnings. Again, it's like something old has ended and you're starting something completely new, because with that Two of Wands, we also have the Fool card, my favorite card in the tarot deck. So you started with the Ace of Cups, which is new beginnings, and at or towards the end of June, you're off and running. The Fool is new beginnings too. It's like the beginning of the beginnings, the breath before you take the first step. The Fool is the zero. He's the first card in the tarot deck. And the Fool is here to remind us that even though it's wise to have a destination, it is good and proper and appropriate to set goals and to work towards those goals. Do the work that's in front of you to do step by step to work towards your goals, to work on this path that you're going to be choosing at the end of the month. But the Fool is here to remind us to not forget that the beauty and joy and value and lessons are really along the journey itself, that it's more about the journey itself than necessarily being so focused or destination focused. The Fool, because he's stop and smell the roses, carpe diem, he's also here to remind us to take risks, step out of your comfort zone and take a risk when it's called for, and just to enjoy every step of the journey. Don't go completely off the other end. I mean, the Fool can be a little irresponsible. He probably hasn't packed enough socks or underwear for the journey, or hasn't even thought about it. Make sure there's water in the pool before you jump. But he is here to remind us that it's okay to take risks, to step out in the unknown, particularly on new beginnings and new paths, and not to forget that the joy is actually in the journey itself, and not be quite so goal oriented. Brand new beginnings. Beautiful. And again, I think that although this is going to play out differently for different people who are watching, it is primarily focused on new beginnings and new paths within the relationship sector of your life, or the emotional arena of your life. And a lot of you, it's going to be about a relationship, because your crowning card is the major arcana card of the Lovers. Beautiful card. The Two of Cups is universally referred to as the soulmate card, and it is. It's about a beautiful union. But I always think that the lovers is quite a large jump up from that, because it's like the soulmate card with the divine stamp of approval on it. And again, you can apply these energies to other areas of your life too. Its fundamental definition is about a beautiful karmic destined union. And it's more than just about the chemical and physical attraction, although you can see from the looks of this picture that there is no lack of heat in this relationship. But it's also about a meeting of the spirit, the soul, the mind. This would be a person, if it's about a new person you've recently met or are meeting, just getting to know. It's that kind of connection that after a very short period of time, you feel like you've known them for a long time. And it's a divine kind of karmic. You guys are meant to be together for whatever reasons you are. And that's what's basically the overall theme of this. It's about this lover's card. It can also represent a choice. In the early tarot decks, the Lover's card was not even titled the Lover's card. It was called the Choice, and it showed a man standing in front of two women. And it was about making a significant choice. And there is that element in this reading as well, because we have that Two of Wands card about needing to choose which path is the best to propel you and perhaps this relationship forward. So it can represent that too, the best way to move forward on this new path, this new beginning. Again, I'm getting second chance in my head. So for some of you, this new path is going to represent a second chance in the emotional realm of your life, and you're so happy. It's almost as if you feel like it wasn't ever going to happen, or it's taken you by surprise, and strong healing aspect to that. Beautiful unions. It can be about making a significant choice in which direction to take it. Take it in the direction, whatever path you choose, make sure it's the most authentic for you, that you feel in your own gut instinct, your own intuition, that it's going to be the most beneficial to you, and the path is going to lead towards developing this Ace of Cups, whatever it represents, into the most beautiful fruition that it is meant to be, whether it's a relationship, a career, a job, an actual physical move, the coming back together in a relationship that was broken. The potential is quite strong. It also feels like you're really eager to just race ahead. Make sure to tie up and say goodbye to whatever you need to tie up and say goodbye to. And remember to enjoy the journey, Capricorn, because it looks like it's full of just love, support, action. Beautiful, beautiful reading. Enthusiastic reading, too. A lot of passion, creativity in this as well. So good for you. Well, Capricorn, I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope it's brought you some insight, some clarity, some food for thought and wisdom, some hope. It's a bright, energetic reading, and I'm happy to have brought it to you. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading, that of course would be personal for you and what's going on in your life, just click the About sign on my channel's homepage, and you can also email me directly at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. I would love to do a reading with you. So we'll go from there. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the July 2016 general readings. In between now and then, I hope to, in the next couple of weeks, be able to have time to put out 12 short general readings focused on career and finance, because I do enjoy that sector as well. So hopefully we can look forward to my doing that if I have enough time. So otherwise, I will see you at the beginning of July for the generals then. And as always, I wish you, Capricorn, joy, peace, blessings, and a happy, happy life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.